Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm super excited to show you this project today. I'm going to be creating a mini binder using the Sweet Sunshine collection by Rosie Studio. I've got it linked down below in my description box if you're interested, and there's also a coupon code if you want to save some money. So it's going to be a little album. Got my chipboard pieces. They are 4.5 by 6 inches and the spine is 1.5 by 6 inches. I've got some, a binder mechanism thing here that you can get from lots of stores, but let's cover this chipboard in really pretty pattern paper, and you knew I was going to use this paper because it is so cute and so pretty. So let's prep our chipboard pieces, and this is how I create binders. Almost lost my double-sided tape. It was actually on the floor. So I'm using strong double-sided tape. This one is score tape, and I'm just using the 1/4 inch one because that's the only one I have here right now. And I'm just going to cover all of the sides like this, and then I'm also going to add like 2 or 3 strips of glue to the center. I'm sure you can use liquid glue if you wanted to. I just really like to use double-sided tape, like a strong one that doesn't lose its stickiness for these sort of albums because it's super quick, and I've never had any problems as long as you use like a really strong one. So I'm just going to do this one. Honestly, this collection is so cute. You're all going to want it because it is so pretty, and the colors and the icons, everything just makes me so happy. I had so much fun playing with it, and I'm going to play with it until I'm out of everything, until I've used up everything. All right, so once you've got your chipboard pieces covered, you just want to burnish those tapes strips so they really adhere down to your chipboard and nothing falls apart. Same with the spine. And I'm just using one of the ends of my bone folder. Just going to make sure it's really adhered to this chipboard, so you can keep your album forever and treasure those memories. All right, now to peel off the tape, I use one of these vinyl weeding tools just because I find that easier. I cannot peel anything off with my nails right now, so I always use this tool. Plus it makes it just so much easier. But try not to stab yourself with it because I have definitely accidentally done that in the past. Right. Now our spine. And the other piece. And I can't wait to see what everyone comes up with this collection, because honestly it is just so cute. It has to be one of my favorites from Rosie Studio in a very long time. It's probably like up there with one of my like all-time favorites. And I'm not saying that because I'm guest designing. I'm saying that because it is just so cute. If you see the front cover, you'll just think it's totally me because it just looks so cute. All right. Then we're gonna take our paper, the one that I'm going to use for the outside of my album. So we're gonna turn it around, and this one is just a little bit bigger than our chipboard pieces. So I'm just gonna stick it down the spine, and I'm always leaving a gap. I always eyeball it. You can measure it, but you know what I'm like. I like to eyeball things. You always want to leave a gap. You do not want to adhere your chipboard pieces close together because you need to be able to bend like and open and close your book. So that's why you always leave a little bit of a gap. There are some tools out there that I've seen that help with creating albums and album bases using chipboard, and they will perfectly space out your chipboard pieces, but I am too lazy to use that, and I just always eyeball it, and I've never had a problem, so I'll just keep doing that. So now we're going to add double-sided tape to the outside flaps here. Just like that. And I need a little bit more here. Okay, I'm just going to trim off this edge here because it's a little bit too wide and we just don't need this little piece. Okay, I'm going to grab my bone folder and burnish that tape again. All the sides. And just make sure that our chipboard is really adhered down to the paper. I'm going to just carefully fold our sides in like this. And then before I peel off the tape backings, I'm going to cut little corners in here like this. Not right on the edge, just a little bit further away, and that will give your corners a really clean look, and it will prevent all that extra paper here from like looking a bit weird because you have too much paper there. So all right, I always start my folding over my little flaps here on all the sides, and I'm just using my hands because this paper isn't too thick, so it's really easy to work with. And let's peel off these backings of our tape, including this little one I just added. Okay, I always do the longer sides first, but I don't think it matters which side you do first, but I just always do it this way. And then before you fold this over, you see these little bits here, you just need to make sure they fold it in so they don't poke out, and that just gives your album a cleaner look. So just fold those down. You can use your hands if you want to, but I just use my bone folder. Okay, and then you can fold these over. And then you have a really clean corner here. I'm just going to use my bone folder again. Okay, so now we have our basic chipboard album done. So if you want to add a closure, now is the time to do it before you add your lining. So I am going to grab some seam binding. I have this little box here next to my desk, and I've got a couple of colors of seam binding, and I'm just going to pick one that I think will match. I've got a couple of shades of pink. I think I'm going to use this one. It's like a peachy pink, but I think it looks really cute. So let's use that one. And just want to find the end. Okay, so you don't have to add a closure, but I just really like to do it because it really helps once your album gets really chunky. It helps to keep it shut and keep it in place. But you want to do it now before you add your lining. So I am going to use just double-sided tape again. And I'm gonna use 2 strips, I think are fine. And I want mine to be in the center, so I'm going to place my double-sided tape here, as well as on the other side. Just like that. And then we can attach our ribbon or anything else you want to use for a closure. Or if you don't want to use anything, that's totally fine. It's just a personal preference. I like doing this. Okay. Now we want to work on the lining. So I'm going to use this paper. It is so pretty. I think yellow and pink goes so well together. That's why I'm going to use this one. And I need to kind of trim this down. So I will just grab a pencil. I'll kind of line this up on my chipboard frame and then just leave little cut marks on my paper, and then I'm going to trim it. I'm not going to measure anything. This is the easiest way I find to quickly get your lining cut. Okay, we're almost done. So I'm going to use double-sided tape again for this entire piece. Going to do the 4 sides and then a couple of strips in the middle as well. Okay. I'm going to do 5 in the middle just to make sure that this is not moving at all. Okay. Same thing with our bone folder, just making sure that everything is secured in place and that nothing is moving around. Okay. So we are basically done with the base of our album. Now you can do a different album if you want to. If you want to glue in pages with like a hinge, you can totally do that, but I am going to turn this into a binder, and I will show you how I use that binder mechanism and how I attach it to the chipboard base. Okay, now I'm just going to eyeball it and like try to align it as much as I can. That wasn't that straight on this side, but it is fine. It is a handmade album. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. I'm going to just score down where my spine folds and then carefully fold it over. Okay, so now we can work on this thing. So I want mine to be in the spine. I know a lot of albums have the binder mechanism on the actual back page, but in this album, I'm going to have it in the spine. So I'm going to kind of align it in the center of my album. And then, you know where these little holes are, I'm going to use a pencil and just mark it. And then I'm going to use a hole punch punch some holes, and I am going to use my crocodile because that works so well with chipboard, and I'm using the smaller hole because that should be enough. I don't actually remember. I think I need to use the bigger hole. Sorry about that. Yes, the bigger one. And then same on this side. And then, So my binder mechanism comes with these screws. Sometimes they come with eyelets. Eyelets. What am I talking about? Yes, eyelets. That you can use your crocodile with, and it is super easy. But this one comes with screws, so I'm going to just use them. Oops, and I'm going to, so this one comes with two sides. I'm going to have this one in the center and this one on the outside, this prettier one. So I am going to push it through from the outside at my album, and then we can kind of screw this in place. Okay, I'm just going to start screwing it, but not properly. And then I will do the same on the bottom. It is so hard to do this, and trying to make sure that I'm kind of in frame. I don't have a, do I have a little tool here? I don't think so. So I'm just going to hold it from the back and use my little tool here to screw it in place. You can totally use a screwdriver, but I don't have one here right now, and I'm honestly also too lazy to get one. Sometimes they are a little bit loose, depending on how thick your screw is. So this one's a little bit loose, but I personally don't mind that. Okay, I just want to make sure it's like kind of secure. So there we go. Looks really cute. And now we can insert some pages. Actually, before we do the pages, let me do the front cover, because I have decorated a front cover off camera in advance, and I added a tool shaker with some sequins, and then use this really pretty tag. You knew I had to use this tag because it is so pretty. And I've got all the cute strawberries here, a little bit of thread, some of the little heart enamel dots, and I think it is so cute. So I'm going to stick this down, and I've got it propped up on a little bit of foam adhesive. But because this is cheap foam adhesive that I've used, I am going to use liquid glue as well, just because I don't trust this adhesive. So I just want to make sure this is not falling apart. Okay, so that's gonna go on the front. Like this. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. I'm loving these strawberries. They look adorable. Okay, look at that. Isn't that so cute? All right, so now the album is ready to be filled with lots of memories and lots of fun projects. You can turn this into an embellishment book. You can turn this into a photo album, a mini album, however you want it. So that is my little tutorial on how I make these binders. I think they are so cute, and a great way of using, you know, different sizes. I've just realized my nail polish matches the paper. That is how pretty this paper is, because I love this shade of pink. So yeah, how fun. Hope you had fun watching this video and that it was somewhat helpful to create mini binders. I have the collection linked down below, so make sure you check out my description box for that coupon code, and I can't wait to show you what else I'm creating with this fun collection. I'll see you next time. Bye!